My man, the voice of the Tigers. Long time now. It's been a long time for Dan Dickerson on the air. He joins us live on his way to the ballpark. What's up, Dan?
How you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. Not as good as you, man. You sound awesome this weekend, and I swear, man, I thought I was watching 3 playoff games, Dan.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was great. It was great to see that ballpark full. I love Progressive Field. It's just to get a good feel to it. These are good fans, but they've had a hard time filling it up in the summer months, even in years where they're good. I love seeing sell out, and then 30,000 plus yesterday. It was smoking hot. Those are good fans, and it was intense. I mean, think about it. The game, it was a 1-run game for 27 innings.
Unbelievable, man.
I mean,
I swear.
Unbelievable.
Dan, I was literally sitting on my edge of my seat Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yesterday, I kind of, like, in the 8th inning, when Cleveland took the lead, I'm like, all right, we won 1-0. They're going to win 1-0. We're not going to sweep them. I'm okay with it. And back they come. And they don't quit. And just the moves that A.J. makes. Torque gets hit. Gets on base. They pinch run him. Zach McKinstry steals second. He's called out. Thank goodness for replay. Once in a while. I always complain about it, but thank goodness this time, Dan. He was safe.
Why do you complain about it?
I do, because I don't think they do it. I don't think they get it right all the time. I just don't.
Well, if they get 95% of them right, that's at least better than the alternative.
Yes.
Otherwise, game over.
I know. It would have been game over. And then I said to my cousin, I'm sitting next to him, I'm like, and he gets to third base on a ground out. I'm like, we need a pass ball. This Class A don't have it today. We need a pass ball. And there it was. I don't know how it got by Naylor, but it did.
Oh, one of the most improbable endings I've ever seen. I keep thinking about it. So many things had to go right, but this is an example of what this brand of baseball and their attention to detail, why it's leading to so many wins. First of all, I think AJ gave him, and I'm going to ask him today, but I think he wanted Perez. No, he didn't pinch run until Perez made the first out. So I'm thinking that he wanted Perez to face Clase, see if he could drive into the gap. Well, he took Quan to the warning track.
He did.
In the field. So with 1 out, that's when he pinch runs because now he's got to get to second base. So everybody knows he's going to steal. He steals. And he was definitely safe. Ground ball gets him to third. And then look what the Guardians do. They play Ramirez way off the line with that runner at third. And then he's taking that huge lead down the line.
Yep.
Because Ramirez is so far back. And that allows, because Clase didn't read it quickly. I mean, that's a ball that has to be blocked. And he didn't read it quickly. But even if he had, McKinstry was across the plate before he was within 10 feet of home plate.
Amazing.
So, again, those little things. Notice in the bottom of the 9th inning, Baez is near third base because of that base runner at third, potential win run, with a lefty at the plate.
Yes.
And he gets a line drive right to him. Again, that's all the positioning detail that these guys work on every day with Joey Cora. It's just all the little things. And then the approaches against Cade Smith.
Oh, man.
That's the guy that had 5 hits in 14 innings with 25 strikeouts in Cade Smith's career. 5 hits, 25 strikeouts, 14 innings, utter, complete dominance. And they do that. What do? They charge early in the count. They hit the slider, they hit the fastball twice for home runs, and a splitter for a double. But they were aggressive. They clearly had an approach and a plan. And for each individual hitter, he's given up 1 home run in his career. They hit 2. All of it. Again, it's just a reflection of all the work that goes on every day and all the little things that add up to big things.
I don't know if you had a chance to hear Tom Hamilton's call. Did you hear it?
Which one? The pass ball?
No, the one when they lost the game, and he finally said, if you thought they hit rock bottom, they've hit it now.
You mean the final out of the game?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, 4-game losing streaks feel like they're never going to end. It's been a while since we've had a 10. It just feels like truly you might never win another game. It's an awful feeling.
First sweep in Cleveland in 10 years, Dan. And then the first hit for Riley Green all year against Cleveland. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, my goodness. And look what he did. This is what AJ talks about. You know, the good hitters, you don't have to be precisely in the strike zone. He talked about this with Josh Naylor last year. Sometimes you expand the strike zone a little bit if you think you can attack and make hard contact. That pitch from Cade Smith was a ball and a half width outside the strike zone. Bang, into the left field seats. He's such a good hitter. What he's done for this team, wow.
Hey, while we're talking about MVPs of this team, and we got 3 All-Stars going to the game, tell me about Zach McKinstry and what he has done for this team. I know he's 12th in WAR right now in the American League. He is a triples leader. He is a guy that plays every position except pitching. I think this guy's an all-star.
Oh, yeah, there's no question. I said last year going into the season he would be the team MVP just because of what he does for AJ. It didn't turn out that way because he didn't hit a whole lot. You could argue he's the team MVP because of all the things he does so well. Behind Tarek Skubal, you have to start there, of course.
Of course.
But truly, with 7 positions now, he goes into play first base, gets challenged right away. That leading the pitcher to the base with a under toss, that's not a easy play.
Nope.
So 7 positions, hitting 280, worked hard on his swing to get the ball out of the air, more on a line. He's done that incredibly well, incredibly consistent. Best base runner on this team. Yep. Not the fastest, but the best because of how aggressive he is and how he cuts the bases when he runs. It's a complete package, and he's kind of the shining symbol and leading face of this brand of baseball that has led to incredible win total through 91.
Amazing, Dan. Dan Dickerson joins us, Tigers play-by-play voice on radio, of course. Got the Rays coming in today, and I'll send it over to you there, Anson.
Mr. Dickerson, I got to say, as a longtime fan and somebody who loves to listen to baseball, it is an honor to have you coming through this headset right now. We had Lynn Henning in last week, and while we're talking about MVPs of this team, I want to switch it over to Tarek Skubal. And even though we're all positive right now, Lynn Henning spelled a little bit of doom for us. He doesn't think that a deal is going to happen, and he sees the Tigers riding this contract out and allowing Skubal to get into free agency.
We can't worry about that. Right. He can throw a little water on it all he wants, and heck, he wanted to trade him not that long ago. So I'm not going to worry about it. Just let's enjoy while he's here. The realities of he might, but I also think the Tigers know how valuable he is, and everybody assumes he's going to be gone. I don't think that necessarily going to be the case. You never know. Teams get creative. Sometimes guys like to stay.
Well, I like hearing that. So I'll switch it to another question I asked Lynn because he kind of shocked me with this one. We compared AJ and Sparky, and he hands down chose AJ. Is AJ the best manager, in your opinion, that the Tigers have ever had?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, because he just blends it all. He blends, as he likes to say, the real with the feel, but also understanding these are human beings, not a video game, but understanding also that you can use this data the right way to make these guys better. Integrating all the departments is so important. Strength and conditioning, plus the training staff, plus the hitting and pitching departments. And he is constantly overseeing everything every day. He just lives and breathes his job, always looking for that advantage against this opponent today. How are we going to win this game? What is our advantage in this series? And just the way that he has molded this team to this style of baseball. What they did down the stretch last year, figuring out the pitching when there was no obvious solution after the trade deadline, remains one of the greatest things I've ever seen. But I think just when he gets players to understand what it takes to win one game one day, that really is the only game that matters because you can't replay yesterday's game and tomorrow's game you can't play yet either. It sounds so simple, and yet when the players realize all the work that goes into it, from the staff to all the supporting staff to the coaches to the players and the work that they have to do to prepare, you get the buy-in that he talks about. But I say this all the time. There's no other manager in history who's done what he's done. When a team wins 100 games, what usually happens? They fall back the next year. In Houston, he went from, I might have the win totals wrong, but it was like 103 to 105 to 107. They increased their win total when they got to 100. That never happened. What does that say? That says that those guys just bought in like, yeah, this is what we do. Every day we're going to find a way to win today's game, and we're not going to look ahead, and we're not going to look back. And when you get that, it's a powerful thing. And when you learn how to win series, which they're doing at an incredibly high clip right now, what is it now, 27-1 since losing to the Dodgers to start the season, that's when you can get to 95, 100 wins.
I love that you talk about the entire organization as a whole, because obviously, the common fan is going to look at the adjustments and things that AJ does in game. But what I'm seeing when you look at all of our minor league teams, they're all playing above 500 ball. It seems as though the culture of the Tigers has changed almost overnight, similarly to what we've seen with the Lions. Can you speak to what AJ and the rest of the guys, Scott and everyone else, what they've brought and the changes that you've seen, not just on the field, but with the culture of this Tigers organization?
I mean, the first interview I did with Scott Harris, a lot of teams talk about culture, right? But he's made sure that it wasn't just talk. First interview I did with him, he said the biggest separator between organizations is the culture that you build. And he is very mindful of whenever he has the player, it's not just the skills, it's the person too. And when you take great care in that, and that takes a lot of homework, that takes a lot of maybe phone calls that you have to make, or talking to people who played with this guy or know this guy, whatever it might be, to make sure that that's a fit into what you're building down there in that clubhouse every day. And it's addition by subtraction sometimes, and then it's addition by addition. And then the organization having the same teaching skills and the way they go about teaching the game, playing the game from the lower levels all the way up to the major leagues. You're never going to be surprised when you go from one level to the next. Oh, no, we're doing it differently at Double A. Then what? No, we get to the major leagues. It's the same that you did at A-ball, at Double A, at Triple A. We are emphasizing the same things. We are playing the game the same way. We are looking for the advantages in these areas, and we're going to do all these things well. We've heard lip service to that for years. This is the first time in my 26 years that I've actually seen an organization stick to the plan in terms of building a culture, as well as whatever you want to call it, Tiger brand of baseball, but an organization-wide belief that this is how it's going to be taught at every single level. And when Scott Harris said, when he first started, we want this to be an organization where people want to come, wherever they are in their careers, rookies, 2-3-year guys, veterans, because they know they have a chance to get better. He's done that, and I think the word is spreading.
Hey, Dan, 3 promotions from single A to double A just yesterday. 3 big names. You got Kevin McGonkle, Max Clark, and Jose Briceño. I don't know. Am I pronouncing his last name correct?
Briceño.
Yeah, Briceño. What is the next step for them now? Now, I've talked to a lot of baseball people, and they say once you get to double A and you do well in double A, you are ready for the major leagues, except, you just got to get your head right. What do these guys – and I haven't even heard about Lorenzo, how he's doing, because that was one of the guys they got for Flaherty last year, along with Sweeney, who hit the home run yesterday. Everything is coming up roses here, man.
Well, those are 3 the obviously top 5 prospects.
Yeah.
Lorenzo, of course, is in that top 5, and so is Bryce Rayner, who's done for the year with that injury.
Right.
No, I mean, you go up and you evaluate them for the second half of this year, see how they do at double A. But I think mostly you're going to stop at every level.
Okay.
There's still some learning to do there are not too many who jump from double A to the major leagues. But does that mean that if they have a big second half, start next year maybe at triple A or even double A, then triple A, that some 1, 2, or 3 of those guys could be in the major leagues sometime in 2026? I think one of them could. McGonigal can hit. I haven't seen him much. I mean, I've seen highlights, but everybody agrees that kid can hit.
No doubt.
So I'll be it's a challenge. That's a big jump.
It is.
And I'll be interested to see what he does at double A.
All right, so let's take you to the trade deadline here, and the Tigers are probably going to be busy. What do they need to make sure this team gets to the World Series?
We don't need a third baseman. I think we keep hearing that. I'm not.
Right. Well, you got Zach and you got Veerley.
Would another right-handed bat be nice? Yeah, sure. But this offense has added thump, and that's a big improvement from a year ago. I mean, you need to hit with home run power in the postseason because when you're facing the best pitching, it's hard to string together 3 hits to get a run.
Right.
So that's why home runs are important. Well, you've got some home run threats up and down this order. especially in the heart of the order. Another bat might be nice, but to me, the priority is back end of the bullpen arms.
Yeah.
They get swing and miss. Tigers bullpen right now kind of slipped to the middle of the pack, but when you are last in strikeout rate, as the Tigers bullpen is at 7.5 strikeouts per 9, you need a certain level of swing and miss, and they don't have a lot of it, obviously. I think Tyler Holton is nicely coming along and getting back to being Tyler Holton. I'm feeling pretty good. Grant Herter's outing the other day was outstanding. It's like, okay, whatever that was for 3 games, he's back to dialing it in. But you need, for Canely and Best, you need another arm or 2. And I'm not going to tell Scott Harris what to go out and get, but that would seem to be the priority. Some swing and miss help in leverage situations at the back end of games. Another starting pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't know how they look at that right now. With Sawyer Gibson-Long's injury, a neck injury, is that going to be something short term? Do they look at him as a 5 guy? Kader Montero is going to come up today. Are you comfortable with him in the number 5 spot? You're pretty darn happy, I would think, with 1 through 4. Yeah. Now that Reese Olson's back, with the way Mize is pitching, Skubal, Flaherty, and Olson, and really you need 4 in the postseason. It's not just 3; it's really 4. Do you feel like you need another starting pitcher? I don't know, but you're definitely looking to reshape your roster or add based on how can we get to the World Series and win the World Series.